Hello, ladies and gentlemen, it is Mike here, and welcome to another Random Rumble. We got another one for you. Gonna have a bunch of random people in this, and it's gonna be a very interesting one for sure. You never know what you're gonna get here. You never know what you're gonna get. And that's what I love about these. I think that's why they're probably the most popular, because it's like a bag of mixed whatever. You don't know what you're going to get. So, let's go ahead and get this thing started. Okay, let's see who number one is. Oh, and it is a new face. We've never had him. It's Angel from, I believe he's from Buffy. Then he had his own show. It's the guy that plays off of Bones. I've never watched any of those. I've never watched Angel or Buffy. I've been recommended to watch both of them, though. I've been told that both of them are really good. So, and let's see who he will be taking on. And it is Joel Osteen. Okay. I did not see that one coming. Okay. Actually, I did, because I put them all in, but I didn't see him coming in at number 2 here. And things have just got really interesting here. So, this is definitely going to be a good one. We can have celebrities. You never know who's going to show up. People from history, TV shows, video games, movies, all that good stuff. You never know who's going to show up. And we have 2 new people we've never had before. And Omega Red is number 3. Oh, man, he's a giant. Wow. Omega Red, I've always liked Omega Red. I have said he's a very underrated Marvel villain that needs some screen time. So, always going to put Omega Red any opportunity I get. And Darius is number 4 from Mortal Kombat. Yeah, I don't like this guy. I just don't. He's very generic. He's a very generic character. And when I was a kid, to make things worse, there was a death trap he got put in, and it kind of scared me as a kid. And I always, every time I see him, I think of that memory. Of that one death trap that I didn't like. Now it wouldn't bother me at all. But I think that was when Deception came out. So that was a long time ago. We're talking over a decade ago. More than that. And Nico Bellic is here from GTA 4. So yeah, he got put in the death trap. And when I saw that as a young person, it really freaked me out, because I think his head smacked the screen or something. It's a long story, but it was definitely something, and I didn't see it come. It was like one of the first times I ever played Mortal Kombat, and Doomslayer is here. And number 7 is Duncan. Who in the world's this? I'll have to check and see. Oh, what? Oh, it's from the movie Polar. I've never seen Polar. So, I think it's Mads Mikkelsen's in it, which is a shock that I haven't seen it because I'm a big fan of him as an actor. But I've actually never seen that. I've heard about it, but I've never seen it. I didn't know who he was for a second. I was like, oh, did another one of those cruiserweights sneak in? That's the first thing I was thinking. And number 8's Mr. Monopoly. And we got a full ring. Nobody's been eliminated yet. Oh my goodness. Mr. Monopoly is just getting rocked. Knees to the ribs. And look at Osteen here. I think I'm saying that right. Joel taking on Darius. He never thought he'd be fighting Darius. Yeah, it was, to give you a history lesson, it's one of the first times I ever played Mortal Kombat, and I was very young at the time. It's right when Deception came out, I think. And I think that I was playing as Darius, and I got kicked in a death trap, and Darius fell like so many stories or whatever, and he splatted, and his head smacked on the screen, and it scared me to death as a kid, because I didn't see it come. I didn't know anything about death traps. Just went into that game not knowing. I knew about fatalities, I think, at the time, but I didn't know anything about death traps, so that really freaked me out when I was young. But now it wouldn't bother me at all. And there goes Joel. So he's the first one done here. Darius takes care of him. And Darius with a second elimination. Nico Bellic is finished. And there goes Omega Red. So everybody is flying out. You get a bunch in. They may last a little while, but then a bunch will get eliminated. And Polar's been eliminated as well. So 4 within 30 seconds probably. And look here, we're going to... Ooh, look at this double team. And number 9 is Dr. Manhattan. So, of course, I was going to have him eventually. From one of my favorite movies of all time, The Watchmen. Love The Watchmen. I think that's the newer Dr. Manhattan. He's a little bit different. There's a kind of a difference between the two. And look at Mr. Monopoly with the pedigree. I gave him Triple H's moves because he knows what's best for business. And Avatar is number 10. I don't know which one. It's just an avatar. And it looks like Jake Sully. And I know a lot of people give Avatar hate, but I love James Cameron's dedication to this franchise, and I think it's I think they're wonderful movies. I don't get the hate, and especially with all the work he put into it and the time. I mean, we're talking about, you know, waiting over a decade to put number 2 out just to get some newer effects or something. Dr. Manhattan is finished. We got Jeff Lebowski from The Big Lebowski, the dude. And the Mad Hatter is number 12, or the Asterisk Hatter, because for some reason they censored out Mad. Terrific. Talk about sensitive. That's probably the worst thing I've ever seen. And Darius is finished. And Frenchie is number 13. From The Boys. So I've never had Frenchie on here, I don't think. And there goes Angel. So he lasted a good while. He lasted a good while for what he could do. And Vincent Vega is number 14. All we need now is Mother's Milk from The Boys. And Huey. And Kamika. We'll have all of them. And number 15 is Agent 47. And number 16 is Goro. Goro at number 16. And that is just a wonderful creation. Whoever did that did a wonderful job. And look at Goro and the Doomslayer. Poor Monopoly Man. Never had a chance. And Vincent Vega's done as well. And you know, when it comes, I always think of what happens with his character in Pulp Fiction, and it's like, really? I'm not going to say, just in case you haven't seen it, but it's like, really? That's how it's going to end? And look at that double choke slam. The Doomslayer and Avatar. And Mad Hatter eliminates the Doomslayer. And what a nice ton after. And number 17 is the legend Freddie Mercury from Queen. Legendary. One of the greatest lead rockers of all time. Made some of the greatest songs of all time. I'm a Queen fan. What can I say? I think Bohemian Rhapsody is one of the greatest songs of all time, in my opinion. I know that I've told you all that I love metal, but, you know, I like some classical rock a lot. And McLovin is number 18 from Superbad. All right, McLovin in the house. The organ donor. Wow. Really? And I think this is the first time we've had him, and there goes Freddie and Frenchie. This is the first time we've had McLovin here. It's a shame that comedies like that one could never get made again. So, if you haven't seen Superbad, I'm recommending it for my adult audience. It's a great comedy, but it's not for everyone. And McLovin's one of the best parts of that movie. I haven't seen it in a while. I need to, I have it on Blu-ray. I need to watch it again. But a lot of people said that wouldn't get, it's one of those comedies that wouldn't get made now. And that's probably the truth. Oh, and Agent 47 just got... Mad Hatter's been on fire. And McLovin's done. I knew he wouldn't last long. Yeah, it probably wouldn't get made nowadays because everyone is sensitive. It's gotten to the point where we have to put asterisks for the Mad in Mad Hatter. But honestly, I'm joking there. I'm joking there because we all know that, 2K probably has a certain system that just detects certain things, and there's a bunch of flaws in that system. So it's no individual's fault. It's actually the people's fault that like to upload stuff that they shouldn't upload. It's their fault. And the Mad Hatter's done. We got Joel Miller too from The Last of Us. And now we got Snorlax 21. Oh, man. Good luck, guys. Good luck with that elimination. And Frank Woods is 22 from Call of Duty Black Ops. Oh, Frank Woods. I never could stand the Black Ops campaigns. I thought they were complete garbage. I only played the first two, so I don't know about 3. But the first 2 campaigns were just horrible. The multiplayer on Black Ops is where it's at. With Modern Warfare, the multiplayer and the story's good. But with Black Ops, it's just the multiplayer. And I prefer and Brit's here. He's a comedian. I prefer the multiplayer in Black Ops 2 over all of them. But the story is terrible in Black Ops 2. I mean, at the end you get the characters playing to Avenged Sevenfold. Get out of my life. I mean, come on. I love Avenged Sevenfold, but there is a time and place for everything. And that made absolutely no sense at all. And Lalo's here. And if you guys don't know who Lalo is, you're missing out. He's probably, he is the best, one of the best. He's in Better Call Saul. He's not in Breaking Bad, but he is the best villain in Better Call Saul. And some even debate he's the best Breaking Bad villain. I disagree with that. I think he's probably the second best. I think Gus is definitely number one. And there goes Joel, and Snorlax is finished. So he actually, it's because he's too tired. That's why he never does any good. He never does good. Because he's lazy. And Lalo is done. And there goes the Avatar. Man, you got to watch out. Once you get an elimination, somebody sneaks up on you. Yeah, Brett's a comedian. They didn't have his last name on there because it's kind of hard to pronounce, I think. And look at Lalo and the Avatar holding their stomach. They're in pain. Have some stomach pain. No, they're not pregnant. They're not pregnant. So don't worry about that. Frank Wood's going to try to finish off this comedian here. He's pretty funny. He's done some stand-ups, and he never wears a shirt. And he drinks a lot of beer. And Katana Man is number 25 here from Chainsaw Man. I don't like Katana Man. And there goes Spawn. Goro's still in this thing, which he's gonna be hard to get out. Oh my goodness, I love that move that Goro does. And Elon is number 26, founder of Tesla and Twitter. Bought Twitter. Some people love him, some people hate him. So, I will say this. Everyone said that, Twitter was shutting down and wasn't going to work. I never saw an issue. Never. Maybe some other people did, but I never once saw an issue. So that was a lie. And he also, destroyed the BBC reporter. I mean, but to be honest with you, whether you like him or not, the BBC reporter that was like one of the worst responses I've ever heard. If you've ever seen that interview, I mean, I could have even did better than him. I mean, that was like literally one of the worst interviews that just, it's like you came to interview somebody, but you had no ammunition for your arguments. I mean, come on. Anybody could have did that interview better. It was one of the worst interviews I've ever seen. For the interviewer, not for the person getting interviewed. But anyway, Joe Fixit's here. And Goro, Elon never had a chance against Goro. My boy Goro is going to do a good job here. And he can do it without 4 arms. And Shrek is number 29. And Jules is finished. Shrek coming in at 29. He could give Goro some problems. Him and Joe Fixit can. And number 30 is Killmonger. So Killmonger is back. Always great to see him. I think he's one of the best MCU villains by far. The only people I can think of over him, probably just Thanos in the MCU. I like Zemo. I think Zemo's underrated. And there goes Joe Fixit. So Katana Man with another elimination. Yeah, I think Zemo is highly underrated. And I like the actor that plays him, Daniel Bruhl or whatever his name is. He's a great actor. He's in a couple movies I really like. He's in Rush, and I think he's in Inglourious. And he plays in Civil War, which is probably, it's between that and Infinity War are my favorites. I even like those two over Endgame, which Endgame is a solid film too. And Katana Man gonna try to get another one. I mean, Goro is high-flying and everything. And there goes one of Goro's threats. Probably the last big threat he's got. I mean, any of these guys can beat him on a given day, but I don't know when Goro came in. And there goes Killmonger. Whoa. Goro totally botched that move. Frank Woods is taking on the whole world. Oh, man. Oh, Katana Man just made an idiotic mistake there. Because literally Goro was about to take out Frank Woods. I mean, Frank Woods was about to take out Goro. He had him. Oh, man. Frank Woods is finished. And, oh, Katana Man almost snuck up on Goro, but it still wasn't enough. And Goro wins. Wow. And if Katana Man would have just let Frank Woods do his thing, Goro wouldn't have won. And don't you dare point at that sign. Oh my goodness. He didn't do it either. I am just shocked. This is the second time this has happened. And I can't tell him he can't go to WrestleMania if he doesn't point at the sign. I guess they're finally understanding the drill here. Wow. You know, I was gonna let him have free parking. But yeah, this is the second time this has happened. So I'm kind of getting freaked out here that they've caught on to what I'm doing here. They're trying to take away my slogan. Something is going on here. But anyway, what a great Rumble. Went a little bit too fast, but I didn't put any finishers on. They're just kicking them out easier. which I'm kind of glad to see. A lot better than 22. And Goro wins. They had an opportunity to take him out, and they blew it. Katana Man tried to kick him out. He's too tall. Too tall to kick out. So anyway, Goro wins. And congratulations to him. And also, hats off to you, man. You didn't point at the sign, so you're not going to pay the fine. So, yeah, I'm already kind of bummed out that that's the second person that hasn't pointed at the sign. They're putting my slogan out of business. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed it. We're going to have a lot more to come. We're going to have a lot more of these created superstars. And we'll have some theme ones coming up. And some random ones. And some other ones coming up as well. So, I'll see you all later. Hope you all enjoyed it. See ya.